My name is Michael, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Rajane, the man of the hour, Jig, and we are the Jumpoff Los Angeles. Caitlin is behind the cameras holding it down. Davis behind that camera holding it down. I just want to thank everybody who has helped us get to this point. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep rocking step by step. Marathon, not a sprint. We have a special guest in the building today, Chima
Moneke.
Hey,
yes,
easy
yes,
money.
Sir. Glad to be here, man.
Easy call. So what's the first thing you want to say to the people?
I'm excited first of all, for you guys. You guys look like you're doing a lot of good stuff. And it's always good to see people that I know personally, come up and, do something that they're passionate about. So I'm excited to be here, man.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. People don't really understand how much that type of shit keeps us going. It's a long process, but we're committed to it, ready to make it happen.
I love it.
Speaking of long processes, you went from Australia.
I went from Nigeria first.
You went from Nigeria to Australia, to California, to France.
Man, so my parents are Nigerian.
So you were born in Nigeria?
Born in Nigeria, born in Abuja, the capital.
Easy call.
Okay.
Yes, sir. My earliest memory was moving to Australia when I was 2 years old. And because my parents were diplomats, they worked in the embassy. My dad got posted to several countries.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time I was born, they got posted to Australia. So that was my earliest memory. That was where I started kindergarten and primary school and all that shit. So went to school there, moved back to Nigeria for a year and a half in 2003. And went to school in Nigeria. And then my mom got posted to Turkey with the three youngest kids. So I'm the youngest of six. So we went to Turkey, lived there for 3.5 years. And in between, we traveled to England and France and Germany and all of that. So I'd been everywhere, and then moved back to Australia when I was 13 to start high school. And that's when I picked up basketball.
13?
At 13. Before that, it was all soccer.
How tall were you at the age of 13?
At 13, I was unofficially about 5'11", 6 foot.
Man,
so,
great. Yeah. I'm not even that
That's when I got my first dunk.
Wow,
So
that's crazy.
So before that, I started watching hoop because of LeBron. When he was doing his thing in high school, I noticed it, but I wasn't in love with basketball then.
Mm-hmm.
But as time passed, he was easily my favorite player. When I moved back to Australia, I got the chance to start hooping. I didn't take it seriously for a couple of years, but 2011, that's when my dream was to play in the NBA and come to America and do all of that. So started playing when I was 13, and I emailed several schools to get a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
I would easily say that I emailed 250, 300. I got 2 responses from Alaska Anchorage and a Division II school. And I was giving up hope, and then all of a sudden this guy seen me play in a tournament, and he was like, "Yo, you trying to come to America?" I said, "Hell yeah."
Yep.
And he got me the JUCO deal to play junior college in Nebraska. So I did that for 2 years, and then transferred to UC Davis, and now I'm pro. So it's kind of crazy.
You've been all over.
Yeah, man. By 17, I lived on 5 continents.
That's ridiculous.
Right. And then when I got to Nebraska, dudes is telling me they never left the state.
Yeah.
And I grew up understanding different cultures and different people, and it was dope. And then that's when I really realized that there's a lot of ignorant people because they just haven't experienced a lot of stuff, and they just don't know. Yeah. So it opened my eyes then, and that's when I grew up and all of that. And
what was the hardest? What was the hardest, I guess, country or state that you kind of grew up in? That was kind of like a culture shock, or just different?
What was the most different? Yeah, exactly.
Australia is what I knew, and obviously I'm Nigerian too, but I accepted traveling. I thought traveling was the norm, so I didn't really think about nothing as being different.
Mm-hmm.
I just accepted everything that I got. But I would say Nebraska, when I got to Nebraska, because it was just, I was in a country town, 20,000 people, and 15,000 of those people were from the school. So when it was holidays, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
But because I was on the team and I was international, I had nowhere to go. So Nebraska was probably the place I had the most adjustment to make. And definitely Nebraska. But now that I'm playing in France, I'm living in a town that's kind of no English. The language barrier is pretty tough. So, that's pretty challenging, but I'm used to a lot of things now. So
How do you get past that? Like, how do you?
the people that I need to speak English, like the people on the team,
Mhm.
they for the most part know how to speak English. So
Don't you guys have like a translator?
nah. It's like if you play in China and like the Asian countries, then you get a personal translator. But nah, like the people around the team, for the most part, like I said, they know how to speak English. But around the town, not as much. So like I didn't really go out too much. I'm grocery shopping and that's really it.
You didn't
Okay.
go out? You
I
didn't
probably-
explore any of these
Man,
places?
I touched the Eiffel Tower once. I probably went out
Wow.
5 times, like socially, the whole year.
That's crazy.
After the games, I'm FaceTiming somebody, or because of time zones, I'm like watching NFL games and stuff like that, NBA games. So
This is a little off topic, but were you ever in a relationship in any of these places?
yeah, so I've had 2 serious girlfriends. My first girlfriend was I started dating her when I was a senior in high school, and yeah, we were together for 4 or 5 months, but I broke it off because I wanted to be single before I came out to America. I'm not gonna lie, that's what happened.
Hey.
But she's lovely. Like she's married now. Congrats to her. But,
Oh wow.
and then my second girlfriend was my whole sophomore year in Nebraska,
Okay.
and that's a sour topic.
Okay. All right, we're gonna leave that one there.
Don't leave that one alone.
When you were in France, what was the differences that you could see between like living in the U.S. versus out there, and like the speed, the pace? Like, granted, I
What's
know
the
you,
culture like?
I know you said you lived in a small city, but like, still, there must have been some things that are like kind of eye opening out there.
Yeah. Personally, my town was very quiet.
Mhm.
It was like an artsy, historic town, kind of poor in the north region of France, and it was just when I walk around, I'm 6'6" and I'm black. Like I'm noticed, and like as I started to make my name on the team, like everyone knew who I was, but because they didn't speak English, they were kind of like afraid to approach.
Mm.
But it was cool. It was lovely. It was quiet. It was safe. It was nothing major happened. But if you take that 2-hour drive to Paris, then you see Paris is like America because it's a big city. Everyone basically speaks English. Like if you ask somebody in my town, do you speak English? They'll be like, a little, and then they'll start speaking French. If you ask somebody in Paris, do you speak English? They'll look at you like, obviously, like, what are you talking about? Everyone speaks English here, so that's probably the main difference. And the safety is probably the biggest difference from there to America, I would say.
So if you could go play anywhere, where would it be?
In the NBA.
No, okay.
Nah, but in terms of country,
Yes.
at this stage, it's like I'm still trying to get back and play in the NBA because I know I'm capable of playing in the NBA. So it's about playing in the best leagues as possible. And in terms of best league, Spain obviously is really good.
Is Spain the best? Basketball?
Spain's the second best.
Besides the US?
Yeah, Spain's the
Okay.
second best
What's
league
the
outside
first?
NBA. So it's
Oh, I'm
NBA
sorry,
obviously,
yeah.
and then Spain.
Y'all gotta school me, okay?
I got you. And then France. I'm in France, but France is a good league to build your name. Australia is really good, and obviously I grew up in Australia, so I got ties there. But Turkey's really good. Russia's really good. Israel's really good. Those are the main places. And then you see a lot of people take their talents to China and Japan because the money there is probably the best,
Okay.
top to bottom.
Would going and playing in Australia, would that be something you'd be interested in?
That was an option. I did sign to play in Australia like midway through my rookie year, but I don't have my passport yet, my Australian passport yet. So they try to like maneuver some things through the system and like convince the league to let me play because I went to high school there, I went to kindergarten there, I represented the state there, but it came down to me not having my passport. So as a local, I can't play in Australia yet, but in a few years when I get my name up and get my salary demand up, then Australia will be an option for sure.
Okay.
So speaking of that, what steps are you taking to like put your name out there? Because there's a lot of people in your position that are qualified to play in the NBA. So what are you doing different?
First of all, I understand that if I never play in the NBA, there's a lot of other factors other than just my skill.
Mm-hmm.
My agent is important. Playing well at the right time is very important.
Mm-hmm.
There's 450 to 500 people in the NBA right now, including like two-way contracts and all that. And playing overseas, I've played against guys that have played in the league, but they're not in the league no more. Guys that have never played in the league. And if you just stripped everybody up of their name and you just brought them in a gym and let them hoop, everyone can hoop. No one's going to stand out as someone that doesn't belong. So, I'm 23, so I got a lot of time.
Jordan year.
LeBron year.
Oh,
LeBron year. But yeah, so I'm just focusing on me. I'm getting better every offseason. I train with Drew Hanlon down in
he's big time.
He's big time. He works with Joel Embiid and Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum and all those guys. So every summer I'm around NBA guys, and when I play in those scrimmages and I train with them, it just showed me that I'm capable of doing it. Whenever I play with them, I don't stand out for not being good enough, but I blend in. And there's no one that's like, yo, like this, why is this guy here? Everyone's like, yo, why is this guy not in the league? So, like, it has nothing to do with me. I just got to keep grinding for sure.
It seems like, because I play football, and so did Jerry.
Yeah.
It seems like basketball players get the worst luck when it comes to politics and like shit that's out of your control.
Yeah, there are a lot of dudes that probably shouldn't be where they at, but they have
the right plug.
They got the right agent, play for the right team.
Is it about the agent?
The eight,
it's a lot of factors, bro.
Yeah,
if you're not a 5-star or like a guy that's All American, like getting drafted first round, then I would say your agent is more powerful than whatever numbers you put up.
Okay.
Because my guy TJ Shorts played at Davis. He's a MVP. He's a conference tournament, guy. He was the MVP of the conference, but because he's 5'8", he's a point guard and he doesn't have a great agent. He's still looking to get a job right now. But there are other dudes that are, not going to name any names, but there are other dudes out there that are, maybe not as qualified or about the same level, but they're getting better job opportunities. So, man, like I fired my first agent within 3 months because she wasn't getting it done. I averaged 19-10 my senior year and I couldn't get no NBA looks.
So what are you expecting from agents?
Just to be in the position to just call teams and teams will trust them. I can just say personally, like if one of your friends was calling you and was telling you about this person, you would trust them because it's your friend, right?
Yeah.
But if the agent that I had no plug and it's like a random number calling your phone, you're like, first of all, who is this? Like, what do you want? Like, why would I trust you? So that's kind of like what agents do.
So someone
How'd you get my number? Like, what are you doing here?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the credibility is very important, and that's why like the agents you see at the top, they're gonna stay at the top because they've already worked their way in, and whoever signs with them, they'll be good. They'll be good for life. So.
Yeah, because I see in the NBA like agents negotiating deals that. How did this player get this contract?
Right, his agent
incredible. He's rocking.
Incredible.
Yeah. And networking.
It's very important. Networking is very important too. So whenever I'm out here for the summers, that's something that I'm definitely focusing on.
So what's your biggest focus in training right now? Like, what are you trying to step up?
Definitely being more of a shooter, more consistent as a shooter.
Hey, bro, I seen your last tape, bro. You expanded your range, bro. You getting icy out there, bro.
Hey, no, see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I've made a lot of steps, but
no, like it's.
I definitely have. Like, I shot 42% from three.
I know that's hard. Okay. I don't think I should take any three to.
In Davis, my senior year, I took 21 threes or something like that, and I shot 38% there. But I only took one a game this past year. It averaged out to be one. So the teams in like the first divisions and like the best teams out in Europe, they're telling me, you're 6'6", you're a 3'4", the league, like the game is changing to guys that are versatile, but guys that shoot a lot. Like I prided myself on being very efficient. I shot 55% from the field, but they would rather me shoot 3 to 4, 3 to 5 threes a game, and shoot in the 30s than to take one a game. Because they label me as not a shooter right now, even though my numbers were pretty good. So that's the main thing I'm focusing on, just shooting more, catch and shoot, pick and pop, things like that, and just being more consistent with it. So I'm on the right track, but more work needs to be done.
Definitely. Outside of basketball, like, what makes you tick and like what defines you? Like, what are your interests?
Being around people. I'm very social. I think I'm the funniest person that.
Mike said that a couple times. Yeah.
It's that's probably what
Hey, Jake, he's hard at FIFA.
Bro,
He's
Ooh,
hard.
FIFA's my stuff.
he beat you.
I've never played Chima, but
good
Mike has told me.
Good choice.
Mike has told me like 10 to 12 people have come,
No doubt.
like talking crazy to Mike, like, nigga, I'm gonna run his shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck who that nigga is. Bro, they all left. 4-0,
Promise
3-0,
halftime.
2-0. Niggas is getting waxed. And Shane's like, bro, who is this? You brought him here to play me?
No
and this is his, yeah.
No
You
doubt.
play FIFA more than 2K?
I don't play 2K.
Really? I don't play 2K either.
Yeah, I'm a FIFA guy. I'm a Call of Duty guy. I'm a Fortnite guy. But FIFA, like I would bet on FIFA to beat somebody. That's where I'm at with that. But yeah, outside of basketball, I like being around people. I like just being positive and like laughing a lot. People, when you get to know me, like people will love my energy, and like I've noticed like that's what has gotten me like
I know what you mean.
a lot of connections, and like just when people are around me, they're just like, yo, I fuck with this dude. That means a lot to me. Like,
That's what Hollywood was just talking about, like building relationships.
no doubt. That's more important than like
And
you'll
being
get a call
authentic.
no doubt. You get a call from nowhere. Like, yo, remember when I met this dude? I liked his energy. And that can get you a lot of places. So outside of basketball, yeah, just being around people, video games. But I do like my me time. So video games and TV shows. Power. Power.
I love Power, but I'm slipping. I'm behind.
The new episode dropped today. They said it was heat.
Oh yeah, I'm tuning
It's
in.
hot, bro. As soon as the last interview, bro, I'm finna
Oh,
kick
no doubt.
back. And actually, after the Steelers lose to the Patriots, I'm finna kick back.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and watch that. 'Cause I love Sundays because, bro, lasting relationships. I'm building relationships with everybody who sits in that seat,
Yes.
no doubt.
and I love seeing everybody in this room.
No
Caitlin,
doubt.
David, Jake, Raj,
Yeah, no,
Mike.
I said, you almost
everybody.
forgot.
Man, he said-
Hey, stop playing with me. Yeah, so
So yeah, Power is definitely up there for me. I just finished watching.
what would you do if you had a son like Tariq?
Man,
I can't even answer that. I couldn't even answer
Please,
that.
no,
Oh, my
we need
goodness.
an answer.
Oh
Yeah,
my
No. We need to answer.
I get hot. Like, I don't.
You get physical. You gonna kick out the house or
it's gonna get physical. At some point.
Ooh.
If
fuck off me, Ghost.
he calling a nigga Ghost.
Yeah, he
man,
calls
too.
him Ghost.
That's not that.
He calls him
That's
Ghost.
not
Man.
that at all.
He said Ghost. All you do is fucking lie.
Nah, yeah, Tariq. He got the perfect face. That nigga face is so annoying too. Like it's crazy. But nah, Tariq is.
Yes,
he's
it beats
great.
Raina.
It
That's a
really,
big
no.
big
Tariq
fan.
makes you mad in real life. Like, if I was
Real
to see him in person,
Yeah.
I'd be
Ah, right. That's that nigga. Like, hey, bro, what's
Yeah.
up with you, man? They're like,
Look the way you look. Like
bro, you know
That's
what's funny? He says like people really like
And that's
press him.
so
Like,
sad.
people really press him, like, and he's like, bro, that's the show. Like,
It's a show. I'm a great actor.
That's how you know he's doing
Yeah.
it.
no, but that's how you know he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like, niggas see you in the street, they're like, nigga, I'll beat your ass right now. Like, bro, that's it.
Samuel
Like,
L. Jackson makes me feel that way too. In the movies that he be playing, I'll be like, ooh, your character is
Man.
horrible.
that's a sign of a great actor though. So
Mhm.
shout out to him. It's kind of like I don't know if y'all watch Game of Thrones, but
I
Nah, I
did.
didn't watch
I was
you
on
never
it
watch
for
Game of
a
Thrones?
minute.
Come on, bro.
I kept saying I was gonna do it. I just never got to.
bro, after the first episode where she was fucking her brother, I was like, I don't.
Bro, but nah,
Ew,
see that's the
like,
thing.
It's kind of weird, bro. I'm like,
So none of y'all have finished that.
I
I watched the
started
first episode. They
and
put
then I
some little nigga
couldn't
off
get
the-
through it.
Yeah, see,
Just loading off
but
the
I'm
bridge.
telling you, season 1 is a lot of development, and you gotta give it time.
I've heard that a couple
You gotta
times.
give it
I've
time.
heard that too many times. I was in season 3 over it.
I know, but
Yeah.
me personally, it took me 3 attempts to get through it. I
Really?
just started it in France because I had so much free time.
Okay.
I promise you, like before that, everyone was telling me like, "Yo, Game of Thrones is the best shit ever."
no, I've been hearing that shit since
I
like
promise-
2015 or 2016.
I've been here.
No doubt, no
When I was
doubt.
in- when I was in
It's,
college
it's
for-
like that.
yeah.
It's like that. When you get past season 1, it's like that.
Yeah.
Even though people complain about the last season, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway, I like Euphoria. I just
He was in it.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Euphoria. That's a real 2019 type show. Like it's
Yeah. That's
it's
one of the first
really-
things they told us about him. He was like, oh, he was in Euphoria.
That's on Netflix?
Mhm.
HBO.
Okay, yeah, I've
HBO.
never seen it.
It's fire.
heard it's alright.
It's really
Is
good.
it Zendaya in it?
Zendaya, she's the main.
Is she?
She's the main.
Oh, I did. I love that show.
It's
Wait a
very
minute.
good,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Hey,
It took me. I'm like, that name sounds so
All of
familiar.
a sudden.
Euphoria, no? Yeah.
Slow moment.
That's the
My
one.
bad.
That's the one. I like You on Netflix, the shit that came out.
You was good.
You was good. You was
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Ballers, I fuck with Ballers.
Which
And,
one was-
Root to the press.
No doubt. And actually probably gonna get some hate for saying this, but I'm into like a lot of reality dating shows. Like Love Island and shit.
I watched that.
Love Island is
comedy.
no, the UK shit though, not the US. The
Oh,
US
really?
That's comedy. I don't know. They got
Love
heat out there
Island
in the
UK,
UK.
that's the one.
They got some heat out there.
No doubt, that's the one for sure. So
They got some heat out there in the UK.
that's where I'm at right now.
You did a lot of interesting shows. That's what's up. What about music? What's up,
J. Cole's my favorite.
Yeah.
J. Cole.
Hey, bro. When I told Mike about King Los,
Oh my gosh.
first thing he said, he's like, "Bro, that's Chief's favorite rapper." I'm like,
Yeah, we trying to get him in here, bro.
King Los, that's a plug. Like he's easily the best off the top freestyle. Like when you guys get him here, you gotta throw words at him and he would just go
Like that.
Definitely part of the plot.
10 to 20 minutes straight. Like I'm telling you,
That's
I got introduced to him probably 2014, and like ever since then, like yeah, something about him is just different. But so J. Cole's my number one, and I'm everywhere with it. Like I'm from Burna Boy to UK music to fucking Ed Sheeran. Like I'm
He's
everywhere. Ed Sheeran is
Ed Sheeran is
tough.
so hard, yeah.
So
Very
yeah, that's where I'm at. If you looked at my like music playlist, you wouldn't know what race I
feel it.
that's how I put that.
I feel that.
I got everything.
Question, because you're like a hooper. If you can sign with any brand, like any brand can endorse you right now, like what would you pick?
Gotta be nice.
So, like, everybody said Nike. Nobody rock with Adidas?
I feel like the only thing
Adidas
Adidas
trying to come
got
back.
going for themselves are the Yeezys. I'm
No,
sorry.
Adidas is
I don't
slept
really
on.
know.
Adidas is slept on.
I don't
Nah,
really
I forgot what year it was, but they socked Nike in the mouth. Like,
They did.
Was it 2016 or
That's been invited.
2017.
Yeah, 2017 they was
Yeah,
Oh,
was
the
from
NMDs?
Nike.
With the NMDs or
the
something?
NMDs,
Ultra
some
Boost.
other shit.
Oh, the
bro.
Ultra- yeah,
Ultra
that's
Boost.
fire.
So they came out with a lot of shit, and I'm just like, damn.
yeah.
I'm loyal to Nike.
I feel
Sorry.
that. I was the same way coming out of JUCO, because JUCO we didn't have no brand, had no preference.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I got to Davis, we were just Adidas, and I was mad about it. But then I realized Adidas is actually slept on, especially with a lot of hooper shoes. Damian Lillard, he makes a lot of great hoop shoes. So,
But that's a big
That
deal.
type of football too. Like Arizona State got some tight stuff.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Under Armour slept on too.
Yeah.
Under Armour slept on too.
Ah,
Under Armour slept on
They're hard,
too.
bro.
The new Curry's are
Hard,
fire.
bro.
I don't know about
I hope in those.
Steph is carrying them, bro.
Steph is
I mean,
the Rock is there too, and
Yeah.
Cam Newton. But
They got big dudes, bro. They got Leonard
big dudes,
Fournette.
man.
Yeah.
They got
I'm talking about
the golfer.
brand.
I forget his name, but they got
Jordan.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't even follow off, but
But you know his name.
yeah,
Right.
he's a big time heavyweight
No doubt.
for Under Armour. So, James, I just want to say thank you for being here today. Like, this is really, you were one of the people that came to mind when I decided to do this. And I just didn't know if I would be able to get this up and running in time while you were still here before you ended up going off. But seeing you on Friday, you said, bro, I'll come through on Sunday. You made it happen.
No
So I
doubt.
really appreciate you for coming.
No doubt.
But before we let you go, I'll put you in the hot seat. We'll start off a little slow,
Oh
and a
shit.
little cold, then it might heat up.
yeah.
Anything get too crazy, you can easily tap out. Like, I plead the fifth, bro. You trying to have people text me mad, talking about, I can't believe you. So you can plead the fifth. You can say he's too hot.
I'll play
X, Y, and Z. So, all right, Raj, I'll let you. Oh, I'm gonna start, I guess. Okay, so who's the last person you kissed?
Dang.
Hold on. When this coming out? When this coming out?
Oh god, you about to get caught
Shit.
slipping.
You gotta stay
All right, I'm gonna be real. The last person I kissed was a lady named D last night.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're the first person to answer that.
Yeah,
No
good
doubt.
for you.
I'm not pleading nothing.
I respect that.
Wow.
What's the song you know all the words to?
Any J. Cole song.
Really?
Back to the top, I can rap that straight away. 2.5 minutes, all that. Any J. Cole song for real.
That's fair.
What's your favorite music? I mean, not favorite music. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie, that's tough. I really can't pick one, but Glory Road, I fuck with that because it's a hoop movie. That's my shit. Avengers Endgame.
I like that.
Not Endgame, Infinity War.
I like
Infinity War.
I haven't
is
watched
fun.
Endgame.
You ever seen Endgame?
Infinity, yes.
I'm
We
gonna
gotta
watch
watch that.
shit.
I can't just pick one though. I really just can't pick one.
What's up?
Last DMs you slid into or wanted to. And what did you say?
Last I don't remember I don't remember who it was, but I said some corny shit like, yo, you got a twin? Because I'm trying to see if there's someone else that looks like you. I don't know.
Oh
Like
my
it worked. Hey, it worked.
Wait, I've never heard this one.
I made it up. I'm like 80% conversion rate with that. Maybe it's because I got a blue check now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Blue check.
Yeah,
he
Oh,
blue check
probably.
that.
Oh,
You know how girls are these days.
That's all they
with
look for. They
social
swipe
media.
through and they see it.
Yeah.
But
He's someone important.
I think so.
Granted, you've traveled to a lot of places. What's one place you still want to go to?
Tokyo. I want to go to Tokyo. I want to go to Brazil. And I want to go to Spain.
That's dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time.
What would you tell all of the younger basketball players, like, you know, the youth? What message would you give to them?
Legit, like, keep going. I promise. There's been several times that I thought I wasn't good enough, or people told me I wasn't good enough, and I started to believe it. And I was like, I'm never gonna go to college. I'm never gonna be a pro. I'm never gonna be an MVP. All of that. I thought about it. Thought it wouldn't happen before it did, and it always did. And at the end of the day, the doubts that I had were never more powerful than the belief I had in myself. So definitely, if you believe in yourself, keep going.
Yes.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Sarcastic, funny. I'll go either energetic.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
So
definitely.
last question. Where do you see yourself by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I see myself leading my team in France to being the best team in the league and being the best player on that team and helping myself start off 2020 by winning the championship and getting a big raise next year.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Say it.
Big checks.
Speak it into existence.
So you have just been tuned into the Jump Off Los Angeles. We want to appreciate you for watching. Tell your friends, tell your baby mama, tell your mom. If you have a baby mama, if you don't, tell your boo, tell whoever. I'm Michael. This is Rajane. That's Jig, and we're in the Jump Off. Stay tuned. We got more heat on the way.